The frontier moon of Arc 9 was never meant to be home. It was cold, silent, a place where even light felt tired as it reached the surface, like it had traveled too far and forgotten why. But humanity had learned something the galaxy never understood. If you can survive a place like Earth, you can survive anything. And so, they planted farms where no one thought anything could grow. The first harvest. When Captain Elias Ward first arrived on Arc 9, he wasn't a soldier anymore. No medals, no war stories, just a broken-down transport ship, a crate of soil samples from Earth, and a license to attempt agricultural stabilization. That was the official term. In reality, it meant, if you can make anything live here, we'll pay you. If you can't, don't call us again. Elias didn't complain. He just knelt in the dust of an alien moon and did what humans always did best. He started over. The farm on a dead world. The first crops were failures. Alien sunlight burned Earth seeds. Moon soil rejected roots like poison. Irrigation systems froze overnight. Even the bacteria from Earth struggled to survive. The local alien overseers, the Varellan Dominion, watched quietly from orbit. They had allowed humans this small agricultural zone as a test. A joke, really. One of their analysts even wrote, "Let them play farmer. It will shorten the negotiation cycle." They expected collapse within weeks. Instead, something strange happened. Routine is a weapon. Elias didn't panic when crops died. He didn't protest when systems failed. He just woke up at the same time every day, checked the soil, adjusted oxygen levels, rebuilt irrigation lines by hand, watered dead fields like they might remember what life felt like. The aliens studied him, and they didn't understand. To them, survival meant adaptation through force, technology, control, domination. But Elias was doing something else entirely. He was persisting. The first sign of trouble came without warning. A Varellan strike probe entered orbit. Then another. Then dozens. No declaration. No negotiation. Just a single encrypted message. Human agricultural presence deemed strategically unnecessary. Translation: we are going to erase you. Elias received the warning while kneeling in dirt, holding a cracked irrigation pipe. He didn't look up. He just said quietly, "Bad timing," then went back to work. The night the sky burned. The attack came at dusk. Orbital lasers sliced the horizon. Drone swarms descended like metallic locusts. The Varellans expected resistance, military resistance. They got something worse. Silence. No soldiers. No defenses. Just a farmer standing in a field. Elias activated a small device at his belt. Nothing dramatic. Just a soil resonance emitter. The kind used to stimulate root growth. A tool meant for crops. Not war. What Earth soil remembers. The ground began to change. Not explode. Not ignite. Respond. Because Earth soil is not just dirt. It is memory. It remembers rain, fire, blood, growth, survival. And on Arc 9 it had been seeded with something older than agriculture. Human resilience. As the emitter pulsed, the fields reacted. Roots, deep, unseen, spread beneath the surface, across kilometers, across sectors, across what the aliens thought was empty ground. And then the invasion began to fail. The frontier moon fights back. Drone units crashed midair as energy fields disrupted their systems. Landing troops found their mobility reduced as soil hardened like living concrete. Supply drops sank into ground that no longer behaved like physics expected. And in the center of it all, Elias continued farming. Row by row, line by line, like nothing had changed. Because to him, nothing had. The alien miscalculation. In orbit, Varellan commanders panicked. "This is impossible." One of them hissed. "It's just a farmer." Another replied, "Then explain why we cannot land anywhere within his grid." They launched heavier weapons. The soil adapted. They deployed toxins. The crops absorbed and neutralized them. They tried electromagnetic suppression. The fields grew stronger. It wasn't defense. It was response. Like a body reacting to infection. The truth about human farming. Elias finally looked up when the sky went quiet. The invasion had stopped. Not because the aliens surrendered, but because they ran out of options that made sense. A transmission came through. Not from command. From a Varellan scientist. "You are not a farmer," the voice said. "What are you?" Elias wiped dirt from his hands. "I am," he said simply. "Someone trying to grow food." A pause. "That is all." He looked across the broken fields. Across the surviving crops. Across the moon that had tried to kill him. "No," he added. "I'm someone who doesn't stop when things try to die." The report to the Dominion. Later, in Varellan records, a report was filed. It contained one line that would be studied for generations. Frontier MoonOn 9 cannot be occupied. The subject, identified as human farmer, appears to convert environmental hostility into agricultural advantage. Recommend avoidance of all Earth-origin soil systems. And beneath it, a handwritten note from a field observer. "We thought we were facing a colony. We were wrong. We were facing a habit." Epilogue. The farm that shouldn't exist. Months later, trade routes quietly adjusted. No one wanted Arc 9 anymore. Not because it was dangerous, but because it was embarrassing. A single human farmer still worked there. Still planting. Still growing. Still refusing to leave. And somewhere in alien military academies, instructors began teaching a new lesson. Never underestimate a species that turns survival into routine. Because weapons can be disarmed. Armies can be defeated. But a human who has decided to grow something anyway, that is not a target. That is a force of nature.